Hi there, Melissa. Okay. Yeah, I get it. It seems like everybody's running. It's a busy week. This week is it's the busiest week of the class. So I totally get it. But there's enough. I mean, there's not a whole lot here, but there's enough to see the style you're going for. There's enough to make at least a couple of comments. So, okay. So let's talk about what you have finished. Okay. So let's talk about the path that's connecting. Now, it's the thread, right? So shouldn't I think it should be stitch marks instead of these ovals. Just be like stitch marks, like little stitch, like these. Except there's one, then there's a break, then there's another. So it's like a dashed line to indicate the stitching of the needle and thread. Right now, we're not getting that. We're just getting these ovals. So try to think about how you will provide that kind of stitching to really make it obvious that that's stitching created by the thread and the needle. Okay. Okay. Now, as far as these connecting the illustrations, you don't need one leading into the illustration because that's the first illustration. So this, by leading into the illustration, the viewer could become confused, thinking that is there something before this? And the same thing here. So this one is kind of leading off the page. So the viewer would say, if it's the last frame, it's the last frame. There shouldn't be another portion of the trail, right? So by leading off the page, that creates a little bit of confusion to the viewer saying, okay, is there another frame somewhere that I missed? Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, so this first frame right here, I would say that these aren't perpendicular, these lines. So that's not a true 90 right there. So make sure that is definitely it's indicative of a window frame, which means it would be crossing lines at 90-degree angles, right? So at that point, I would also say to further define this as a window. So in other words, instead of the cross with the snow, show us a window. There's a frame there in the frame. There's a window right there. There's the frame of the window. Here's the panes of the window. Maybe even some curtains. Okay, so there's no question that we're looking out a window at a snowy day. Then we can continue on with the narrative. Love the color usage, really vibrant colors. So based on what I'm seeing, that's about really all I can say. But I do want to leave the offer open. If you're working and you want to run something by me before the end of the week, before it's time to submit, please definitely do so. One other thing I just noticed is that this stitching, what I would do is I would create the stitching and I would just create the line, okay, and then put the illustrations over the line. Because right now the stitching it encroaches into the illustrations, and that creates some confusion in terms of dimension. So it almost looks like these are supposed to be part of the illustrations, which they're not. They're meant as a visual aid to guide the viewer through the composition, right? So definitely don't want those encroaching within the picture plane or the boundary of the illustration itself. Okay. All right. Hope my comments make sense. Let me know. And again, please, if you're working, I'm working. So if you want to resubmit, please do so. I'll see it. I'll be in every day till Sunday. So definitely, I will definitely be glad to provide further critique and further comments. So keep that option open. Okay. Good job. Any questions at all, please let me know. All right. Thank you.